What's up, guys, and welcome back to my reading journey. Hope we're all absolutely fantastic. And today, as usual, we're going to continue with Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. And we're going to start with the book 6, Virtues of Thought, and its first chapter, The Mean and the Virtues of Thought. So let's get started. Since we have said previously that we must choose the intermediate condition, not the excess or the deficiency, and that the intermediate condition is as correct reason says, let us now determine what it says. For in all these states of character we have mentioned, as well as in the others, there is a target that the person who has reason focuses on, and so tightens or relaxes. And there is the definition of the means, which we say are between excess and deficiency because they accord with the correct reason. To say this is admittedly true, but it is not at all clear. For in other pursuits directed by science, it is equally true that we must labor and be idle, neither too much nor too little, but the intermediate amount prescribed by correct reason. By knowing only these, we would know nothing more about, for instance, the medicines to be applied to the body if we were told we must apply the ones that medical science prescribes and in the way that the medical scientist applies them. That is why our account of the states of the soul in the same way must not only be true as far as it has gone, we must also determine what the correct reason is, that is to say, what its definition is. After we divided the virtues of the soul, we said that some are virtues of character and some of thought. And so, having finished our discussion of virtues of character, let us now discuss the others as follows, after speaking first about the soul. Previously, then, we said there are two parts of the soul, one that has reason and one non-rational. Now we should divide in the same way the part that has reason. Let us assume there are two parts that have reason. With one we study beings whose principles do not admit of being otherwise than they are, and with the other we study beings whose principles admit of being otherwise. For if the beings are of different kinds, the parts of the soul naturally suited to each of them are also to different kinds, since the parts possess knowledge by being somehow similar and appropriate to their objects. Let us call one of these parts the scientific part, and the other the rationally calculating part, for deliberating is the same as rationally calculating, and no one deliberates about what cannot be otherwise. Hence, the rationally calculating part is the one part of the soul that has reason. Hence, we should find the best state of the scientific part and the best state of the rationally calculating part, for this state is the virtue of each of them. Now, a thing's virtue is relative to its own proper function, and so we must consider the function of each part. Alright, guys, so we're done with the first chapter. We're going to continue more on the next one. Thank you for joining me today in this reading session. Hope you enjoyed the journey. See you tomorrow. Bye.